I wanted to share with you that in case, so just to put frame it, the county contributes 68.7% of the Montgomery County Public School System's budget, and 28% comes from the state. The county spends about $15,600 a year per student, as compared to DC, who spends $22,000 a year per student, Boston 25, and New York, of course, more expensive at 28. And so some of the reasons we're falling behind in our public school system is because somehow we're either not spending the money right or not investing the money right. That's part of it. We have a big influx, as you said, of an immigrant community, so greater need for language competency and support in the Montgomery County public school systems for hiring people who are bilingual. So is this something that you have looked at in terms of how we can strengthen our school system?
Yeah, so Carmen, you're absolutely right. So we haven't kept up with the funding for our schools. We actually, and I don't have the stats in front of me, but the amount of money that we give our public schools in real dollars is like less than it was, in inflation dollars, less than it was 10 years ago. Like everything else we're spending more money on, but schools we've continually not invested in. So I have looked at it. And so what I've proposed, because is we have to start young. So this is the 0 to 3-year-olds. And I worked on a program called Durham Connects. It's a really simple model, Carmen. It's where a nurse meets with a new mom 3 times during the baby's first 18 months. And the nurses they drop off books and reading materials. They talk about the importance of reading to your child. They talk about brain development, nutrition. They let the parents know where the social services are or whatever they might need. And it's been proven over a decade so that when the child gets to kindergarten or pre-K, they're actually ready to learn. And so we've got to start young. And what drives me crazy about this county is we've actually had many pilots for this over the years. So we've actually done this in pilots, but we've never had the courage to make it available to everybody. And so here's a program that should be available to everybody. And then the same thing with high quality pre-K. We do have some high quality pre-K in the county, but not everybody. And so clearly, as one of the richest counties in the country, we should have high quality pre-K for everybody. And I mean, so like West Virginia has high quality pre-K for everybody. My wife's from Oklahoma. She always tells me, hey, we have pre-K for everybody in Oklahoma. We've got to have pre-K. And so we've got to address that. But then, Carmen, also the specific things that you talked about, let's say the inequities. And this is something that my foundation started working on many years ago, which was we were just looking at the average experience of principals and teachers in high need schools versus, I'll say, let's say the W cluster, the Whitmans and the one, and it was all out of whack. It was like the schools that actually needed the best principals and the best teachers had the least experienced teachers and principals. And then conversely, the best schools had people who've been there for 15 years. And so I was actually talking to Dr. Jerry Wiest I've been talking to everybody. And he said, David, he goes, when I was superintendent, we would pay teachers and principals more in those high need schools. So we have to attract them. And he said, not only do you want to pay them more, but then let them pick out their own team. So we've got to get the talent to the schools that need them versus the schools that don't. And so those are just some of the things that I would really push for.